how should investors think differently about financing when it comes to building versus buying?
Yeah. So one of the big things I learned was that most lenders want to see your experience.
If I'm an investor who's only done flips or rentals, what's the first step to transitioning into new builds?
Yeah, so if I was going to jump from flipping to new builds, I would find
Are you able to kind of see, I guess so, like the more like off-market deals and get good kind of deals on land too for your own projects?
Yeah, there's multiple different channels where land comes in.
What do you look for when you're scouting lands or lots that will actually turn to a profit for investors?
Yeah, so by knowing the area that you're looking for lots in, you know what you're going to be able to sell your product for.
Welcome back to another Simple Chat. I'm Sydney. I'm the Chief Operating Officer here at Simplending, and today I have with me Chris Kersey. He is a Houston real estate agent, investor, builder, and so much more.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming over.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we can just get started here.
Sure.
So you wear two powerful hats, being both an agent and a home builder. Mm-hmm. How do these roles kind of give you multiple advantages when you're able to work with real estate investors?
Absolutely. When working with real estate investors, being a builder myself, it helps me by actually understanding the cost behind the project. This is really beneficial when looking for lots, knowing what we have to buy lots for, but then also knowing what we can sell the project for at the end of it. So it really just helps investors maximize their profit, having someone that's in both worlds, as an agent, but also as a builder investor themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you able to kind of see, I guess so, like the more like off-market deals and get good kind of deals on land too for your own projects?
Yeah, there's multiple different channels where land comes in for us. We've bought some off the MLS. Mm-hmm. We've bought some off market as well. We've even seller financed some, just direct from a seller.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm always getting text messages and emails of different off market people sending me lots of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. I'm just curious for my own means too, because I want to buy land, and I was wanting to buy land and like build on it too, kind of like in the Brenham area.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like, maybe I just like do land and like already has a house on it and renovate. But I've been curious to find out how do people even find land in the first place, because it's something that's so easily can be fraud too, like it's,
right. I think it's getting a great way to do it is getting with reputable wholesalers that are out there looking for off-market land, and then they'll just wholesale it to you.
Yeah,
that's a great way. Just finding good wholesalers, getting on their email list.
Yeah,
and
so not Facebook Marketplace.
not Marketplace, but I will say there's a bunch of Facebook groups that have been really helpful. There's builders groups, wholesaling group, investment groups that have actually been really helpful, surprisingly.
Nice. Okay, good to know. Good to know for everyone and for
not
me too.
Marketplace, but different groups.
Marketplace, but groups.
Absolutely.
Awesome. What's the biggest misconception you see holding investors back from getting into ground up construction?
Great question. I know for me, it was not knowing what I didn't know. Mm-hmm. Building a new house, buying land, we're talking big money.
Yeah.
So not having that fear in the back of my mind of like, oh, am I going to mess this up? What do I do? For me, that was it. Not knowing what I didn't know. I think also for me, it was thinking that the city and the inspectors would be difficult to work with. And it was actually the opposite.
Okay.
I thought they would be coming on the job site out to get me, whatever, but they were actually really helpful. Anytime we had an inspection set, I would show up, I would ask questions. If I had another problem, I would call down to the city and ask questions, and the city was actually incredibly helpful. So that's a non-issue.
That's good to know, because that's definitely a misconception too, because people always complain about permits and how long the city takes.
Yeah.
And they're just not helpful, but it's like too, maybe you're just reaching out to the wrong people.
Yeah, and you know what? Whenever I kind of got stuck, or if you get stuck, you can always just go in.
Yeah.
I've had my best results with just driving to the permitting office, going in and talking to people face to face.
Yeah.
They're more likely to help you, and it takes a lot of stress off my plate when I can just go in and solve a problem.
Yeah, I've had a couple investors do that for getting the permits or getting entity docs and things like that. They just go straight to the county.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's been cool. I think another barrier to entry is a lot of people think it's harder than flipping a house, that building ground up is harder. I don't know that it's harder. There is a couple of added steps, but if you're already flipping a house, doing, HVAC, electrical, plumbing, maybe moving some walls and some structural stuff, you're already 80% of the way there to building a new house.
Yeah.
You just had to add in the permits and the foundation stuff, but you're already building a house.
Yeah.
The other thing is the trades, if you hire good trades, they know what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So then your job really just comes down to finding good trades and then just watching them. So I think there's a lot of misconceptions about new construction versus flipping. And a lot of people just don't know where to start.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of information out there on the internet that says, hey, here's your steps to build in Houston. So I think that's another big one too.
Yeah. Are there any sort of local groups or anything that you can be a part of too to kind of get that education and get your foot in the door?
Yeah, I know there's a number of builder meetups and things like that. Yeah. Again, it's going to the meetups, it's jumping on the Facebook groups, it's getting face to face with other builders.
Mm-hmm.
That's been another cool thing, is that if I need a good trade or have a question, I'll reach out to a number of different builders that I know, and we're all happy to kind of help each other.
Yeah.
So that's been cool too, just kind of really networking as well.
Yeah, I've noticed that the builder community is very collaborative and everyone's open to sharing information. We even did our Simple Build builders brunch a couple months ago, and that was great. Like, full house, honestly. We had a builder that's well known in the area, and then a title representative too, and they kind of went over like some like the fraud aspects of it, but then also like tips and tricks for people who are new to building or like want to get started or even like want to work with them too. So it was really cool. I think we even went over our time too for that. Like people were just asking questions and meeting. It was really cool to see that, because I think at least in a lot of like real estate things and like just a lot of professions really, is people they kind of get competitive, or they're like, I found this secret and I'm going to keep it to myself, I'm not going to share it. So it's amazing to see that, like, one, locally in Houston, and then two, with builders, that people are very collaborative.
Yeah, I feel like, in some industries it's a very limited mindset, whereas if you can have an abundance mindset and just helping other people, that's big.
Yeah, so, that's what Janine and what Simplending's really big on too, is having the abundance mindset. There's plenty to go around, and whenever I go to these conferences too, there's so many other people that are just like us. Like, they're all lenders, or they're even bigger than us or smaller than us, and it's like there's still so much that's untapped. So many people who don't know that private lending exists, for one, and then so many people who don't know like that. I mean, I don't know, like their neighbor's house needs work. They're trying to sell their house and it needs work done. Like, there's so much that's out there, and it's when I sit and think about it, it's really like mind-boggling.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. If I'm an investor who's only done flips or rentals, what's the first step to transitioning into new builds?
Yeah, so if I was going to jump from flipping to new builds, I would find a mentor that's actually doing what you want to be doing. So that's, again, not a flashy Instagram person that pretends like they're doing it, but actually verifiable, building ground up houses and also selling them and making a profit.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. Finding a mentor that you can follow behind. Or something that I did was, when I first got into it, I paid a builder and I followed behind him. So I worked the fee of the builder into my deal and paid a builder, so I had a professional building the house for me, but I followed closely behind and really learned a lot from that process. At some point though, you just have to jump in and do it. I feel like, I know for myself, I learn a lot by doing. And so I have my end goal in mind, and even if I didn't know the path to actually get there, I just kept putting one foot in front of the other, and then you just figure it out.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people get bogged down with analyzing, and analysis paralysis, whatever. But I think just actually doing it was one of the biggest learning moments for me, of really seeing how everything works. Yeah,
and it's like the saying too is trying to be perfect is like is the biggest killer. Anything that you do, honestly. I mean, I can relate to that too. I always want everything I do to be just like top tier and perfect, but just getting it out there is better than nothing. Just starting. Just starting and just making a move, whatever it is. Obviously calculated, because it's big money. You have to, make sure your numbers make sense, but then just doing it, you'll figure it out. Yeah, absolutely. Gosh, yeah.
Easier said than done.
Oh yeah, it's always easier said than done. I tell everyone that. I'm like, yeah, you should just do like giving advice and whatever, but do I ever take my own advice?
Yeah.
No. I try to, but it's hard.
Yeah.
Okay, from your experience, how should investors think differently about financing when it comes to building versus buying?
Yeah. So one of the big things I learned was that most lenders want to see your experience. So they're not going to lend you hundreds of thousands of dollars if you've never built or flipped or done anything in real estate.
Yeah.
So you need experience to actually get construction loan lending. Or kind of as I mentioned earlier, you can partner with a builder, and that's a good way to get, your lending on that. I'm always trying to build relationships with lenders as well. If they see, you've had a number of successful flip projects, they're going to be more inclined, with your track record to lend to you with your new construction.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing. I think also with the new construction lending is knowing the real value when you go to sell, not just what you think it should sell for. So that's why you pair yourself with a smart agent, or just really know your numbers, because at the end of the day, again, this is a lot of money we're talking about, so you need to know where you're going to end up, and having a pulse on the market helps as well. We built some stuff, and as the market was kind of settling down a bit in our development, and that was a real lesson learned, just following the market and what it's actually doing when you're coming time to sell the property.
Yeah.
So that's been interesting as well.
Yeah. And those projects typically are taking about a year, and the market can completely shift within like less than 6 months.
Absolutely.
Too. So
yep.
Kind of paying attention to those things, and not, I guess, like being like arrogant or like so stuck on like what you think it should sell for. It's
right.
Bending with the market too, and I guess you kind of sometimes have to like eat your losses too, and just move forward. At the end of the day, a deal's a deal too. So
right.
Yeah.
That's why we try to build in 25 to 30% equity in our projects, because what that does is that gives us options. At the end of the day, we're way less likely to lose any money on a deal when we're building in 30% equity, but also we can pivot to turn it into a long-term rental. Sell it, or we just short-term rental it. We just have different options when you've done the deal right. It just gives you more options at the end. Which is great.
Absolutely. I see a lot of investors that are wanting, they change their game plan when it comes down to it. Which is totally okay too. You're building your investment portfolio one way or another. You might have not made your like couple $100,000 off of a sale, but you're making that monthly income if you're doing a long-term rental kind of scenario. So it's again important to kind of just bend with the market and see what works, and you can always sell it later down the line too.
Absolutely. And I know for us, it's like we're very much in the long-term rental space. We do a lot of build to rent properties, to where we're building them just to have them be rental properties. So for us, I want the property to cover itself as far as a monthly payment, but the real money is in the long-term appreciation for us. It's not a couple $100 a month here and there. It's more so, 5 and 10 years down the road when you're making the hundreds of thousands of dollars when you go to sell it. So that's, it's tough too, because everything in this day and age is very much today, right now, is flashy, whatever. But to play the 5 and 10 year game, 20-year game, it's more unheard of, but I feel like that's where the bigger money is.
Oh yeah,
kind
absolutely.
Of longer term thinking.
There's so many people that think they want the 100% funding. They want everything up front so that they don't have to put any risk or put their actual money into it. But those are also the people that are looking for like the quick turnaround, quick gain. They're not looking at the long term like effects of it. Like yes, you can get your most of your project funded, but in the end, like, what's your goal? Like, are you gonna like, what happens too if you can't sell it too? Like,
if you get a market shift and then now you're negative on it, so that's a real thing.
So, it happens all the time. We've been seeing a lot of like mid-construction loans recently too, where people they're just not getting the exact timeline done correctly, so their loan's maturing, or they ran out of rehab funds and things like that. So it is important to really partner with the lender too, that kind of knows those things and can help guide you into the best scenario, but to just do all your diligence
Well, and I think that's what, like you just said, partnering with a knowledgeable lender and also finding a mentor that is actually doing it. I drive through Houston and I see, because I have a pulse on different areas, and I see a lot of buildings that are just half done. And it's like, this has been sitting forever. Like, somebody's paying the note on this. Like, so.
And it's just sitting there. Yeah, I have a lot close to my house it says spring 2022.
Wow.
Luxury townhomes.
Yeah.
And we're in the middle of 2025. I'm like, what? And every time I see it, I want to take a photo of it and like put it on the Instagram and just be like, don't let this be you. Like, make sure that you have your stuff in place and like you're partnering with people that are helping you too. And
absolutely.
Yeah.
People that actually know what they're doing and are doing it. That's the big thing, because Instagram will make it seem like, you know, everything's so easy and this, that, and the other, which, you know, obviously we all know it's not all real. So yeah.
Always have to remind ourselves that Instagram's not real.
You know, one of the biggest things when jumping into the building world was that Instagram makes it look so quick and fun and awesome. It's hard work, but also it takes a long time. From the time you're buying land to going into permitting to starting construction to finishing construction, I mean, you're easily at a year, if not more.
Gosh, and then the sell afterwards too, and imagine it sits there for a couple of months.
So on Instagram, obviously we see the highlight reel of people's projects, but you're really just seeing that final stage of their project and all the nice, you know, the pretty new house, but like you don't see all the back work it took to get them there. Which was for me a big learning lesson. I was like, wow, this is taking forever. But then realizing, no, this is just a different timeline when you jump into building. So that was interesting as well.
Yeah, someone should start like a vlog of like a beginning to end of like a project. That'd be so cool to see. I started doing that a little bit on my development page that I have, Multi-Modern Development.
But it's hard, you know, posting all the videos and stuff. It's just kind of hard.
People love seeing the behind the scenes too. That's what I always like. I try and get a lot of photos from our investors of their current projects so we can share them, and those are the best. The posts that do the best is the ones that are like in mid construction, like they're doing the work on it, and they love seeing too like people in there working, or like the planks on the side, like they love seeing that kind of stuff. I think
I've seen some of y'all's posts on that. Like walking the construction sites.
Those ones are always awesome to see. People love seeing the actual inside of it.
That's cool.
Okay, last question. What do you look for when you're scouting lands or lots that will actually turn to a profit for investors?
So by knowing the area that you're looking for lots in, you know what you're going to be able to sell your product for at the end of it when it's completed. So then you can easily work backwards to know what you need to buy your land for. We're really making our money as a builder whenever we're buying our lots. Because for the most part, most of the construction cost is somewhat fixed. It's almost the same for everybody. So you're really making your good money by when you're buying your lot for the right price. Another good thing that most people do is that they'll actually buy a bigger lot and then they'll replat it. So they'll cut it a big lot into 2, 3, 4 different lots, which really helps you lower your land cost. So therefore you're making more money on each house you're building on it. And then a last technique that I've used was seller financing a lot. So we would seller finance the dirt. And that way I'm not dealing with a bank for that. And then I would go to a lender for my construction loan and get my construction loan through a lender. But they're all different ways to find lots, whether it's MLS, off market, different things like that. But it's really important to work with an agent or a builder that knows what they're doing. Because I've seen people buy lots and then not be able to build what they want on that lot. Different lots have different restrictions, have different zoning, different setbacks, all these different things. Making sure your utilities are there. There's a bunch of different things, like we talked about in the beginning, of not knowing what I didn't know, that I've learned through the process. But you need to make sure you're working with someone good that knows lots when you're buying your lot. Because that's really where the start of a good deal starts, is in the land.
Absolutely. It's important to partner with those people that have experience and everything too. And too, with on the lending side, we do want to see people have some sort of experience to be able to lend for new construction. So one thing that we always try and recommend is like, okay, for your first one, partner with someone. Get on the entity, get on the LLC, make an agreement, and then you're not making the 100% full profits that you're probably wanting to, but you're making something there, but you're also getting the experience, which you can you can get your deal done in the next one.
Yeah. I've seen people, there's different people in Houston that offer like builder mentorship paid programs where you can pay them to kind of mentor you. But again, or you can just pay a builder and let them know like, hey, I want to learn the process. I'm going to be asking questions throughout the build.
Yeah.
And you work that into the deal, then it's technically, I mean, not free, but if it's worked into the deal, then you're getting your education and you're building a house. So that's probably one of the best ways to go, is just hiring a builder, and then he's actually building your project for you as well.
Yeah.
So that's just some of the things I've learned along the way.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, well, that's everything for today.
Perfect.
Where can, if anyone wants to partner with you on a build or needs a realtor or anything like that, where can our audience find you?
Yeah, so I'm Chris Kersey with the Rana Group here in Houston. My Instagram is ckersey Real Estate. My development company is Multi-Modern Development. Both of those are on Instagram. Look me up. My number's online. You can find me there.
All right, amazing. Well, thank you, Chris. We will see you next time.
Awesome, thanks.